See, America is like 5 different basketball teams. Everybody got their own style of play, their own personality, and their own philosophy to the game of life. Now, I know we're supposed to be a united country, with the United States of America, but everybody thinks, acts, and moves through life like they run in a different offensive system. I'm talking about the Northeast. They run in a fast break, high pressure system. And then you got the South. They playing the patient fundamental game. And then you got the West Coast. They running that flashy, innovative system. In the Midwest is out here grinding it out in the paint. In the Northwest, somehow they make it work with players that nobody actually wanted. Let me break it down for you. And if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Mark the Spark, and I explain everything in basketball terms. Because ball don't lie, and neither do I. All right, so let's start with the Northeast. We're talking about New York, Philly, Boston. See, the Northeast, that's the team that's going to play 94 feet from tip-off. They coming at you from the moment you step off that subway. Yeah, they pressuring you. They in your face from jump. And in Boston, they got the most diehard fans of all time. They going to pressure you about your sports takes before you even order your morning coffee. Oh, you think the Lakers are better than the Celtics? Yeah. Wrong. Here's why. And I'm going to tell you loudly and with my hands too. See, these are the people that's going to argue with you all day. They argue for fun. They going to argue with you at 2 a.m. about who got the best pizza. And make it seem like it's game 7 of the NBA Finals or something.
Last night, we ordered a pizza pie. So I ate this corner.
He ate that one first.
He skipped that one. I went to the corner.
Stood up and took mine.
I could take it. Pizza I want.
No, you can't. It's not proper pizza etiquette.
It's a pizza.
You're wrong. Oh, come on.
See, because the Northeast mentality is pure intensity. They don't just walk. They power walk with purpose. They don't just talk. They project their voice like they trying to call out plays in the packed arena. You know what's funny? The people in the Northeast, see, they that one point guard that's always talking. Always bargaining at everybody. Always bargaining at his teammates. Even though he might make everybody better, it's kind of annoying. Somebody from the Northeast, they're going to roast you for 20 minutes about your haircut and then give you the shirt off their back. And their work ethic is pure fast break mentality. They want them results now. They do not want to hear about your process. They want to see points on the scoreboard. That's why they invented the phrase, time is money. See, somebody from the Midwest, they invented the phrase, good things come to those who wait. Somebody from the Northeast, they probably said good things come to those who take. See, the Northeast is where trash talk became an art form. See, they'll psychologically break you down with surgical precision, but they'll respect you if you can dish it back. It's like playing pickup ball with somebody who won't foul you hard, but then shake your hand afterwards. It's like the aggression is a form of respect. And let's be real, somebody from the Northeast, you gonna always know where they stand because they are the most brutally honest people on the planet. They gonna tell you about your outfit, your job, your life choices. And sometimes you don't wanna hear it, but at least you know where they stand.
Y'all don't ever disrespect me with 5 ball spots on one head, you heard? Y'all don't ever disrespect me looking like a game of Simon Says, you heard? Y'all don't ever disrespect me like Scorpion spit fire on your top of your head, you heard?
They not running no deceptive plays. They coming straight at you like Giannis on the fast break, full steam ahead.
Giannis on the break to the rim, push the foul.
Now the downside is they cannot turn it off. They gonna say what they gotta say. They cannot hold it in. They're gonna apply full court pressure the whole game. They're gonna let you know what they think no matter what, no matter the situation. It's like word vomit. Ugh.
What are you doing with them open toes, bro? Get them shits out of here.
It's like, yeah, they're going to apply full court pressure. And if they're not getting steals and dunks, they're cooked. If you can break them down with a good point guard, solid passing, good rotation, they're cooked. They have no plan B. Now, if you head down south, and we're going to start the south right below D.C. I know the Clips was in the news recently talking about, is Virginia the south? It's like up south. It's kind of northern, kind of southern. It's in the middle. Virginia's the south. D.C. is the north. Anytime they start talking like oogling doogling, man, you up north to me, man. And Baltimore is in Maryland. So Maryland, you was in the north along with D.C. But the rest of Virginia, you coming down south. And I'm talking about the real south, Georgia. Yeah. Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Alabama, Mississippi, the real deep South. Yeah, Tennessee on them. You start talking with a country accent on them. They be saying the South is like 20, 30 years behind everybody. But in actuality, they know what worked and they just gonna keep doing it. They really mastered the fundamentals and they never let them go. They say, well, this worked for us, man. Y'all can do what y'all gonna do, be progressive and go this way, go that way. Have a roller coaster of an economy going up and down and all that stuff. And the South was just like, yeah, we just gonna keep doing slow and steady. We gonna win the race. The South shall rise again, head ass. See, the South is like that team with that 65-year-old coach who still wins games because everybody does everything right. They don't have a bunch of fancy plays, but they have tried and true plays that work. They're really the Spurs with Popovich as the coach, Tim Duncan as your leader. That's the South in a nutshell. We're going to run this play the way my daddy ran this play, in the way that his daddy ran this play, and it's going to work. Because it always works. See, while the Northeast, they trying to steal the ball to half court, they defense is they offense. The South, they going to methodically go ahead, dribble the ball down the court, methodically work the ball around, swing, take their time, not rushing anything. Everybody going to touch the ball and find the right shot. See, people from the South, they understand that life in basketball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. See, the South, they invented CP time. And if you're not black, you don't know what CP time is, man, Google it. It basically means I'm going to get there when I get there, but it'll be worth the wait. See, people in the South, they not stressing about your timeline. They basically playing their own game and you can't speed them up. And you know what's beautiful about the South? Is they mastered the art of the assist. See, that Southern hospitality, it's not just about being nice. It's understanding that if I make you look good, I look good. The South is basically LeBron with a no-look pass. But instead of basketball, they bring you a plate of food that you didn't even ask for. See, the South got the best bench culture in America. You know how some people, they kind of ride the bench, but they still make everybody better? I'm thinking like Udonis Haslem, Andre Iguodala, when he was on the Golden State Warriors, when he was past his prime. See, that's the Southern community. Your neighbor's grandma is going to become your grandma. And the dude at the gas station going to remember your name and ask about your mama. See, everybody know everybody, and everybody contributes to the team. Now, the South does have some historical baggage, like a team trying to overcome a bad reputation from the previous ownership. You know, they're trying to like rewrite the narrative, but keep the fundamental history while building on it. You know what I'm saying? See, when somebody trash talk you in the South, it's like poetry. See, somebody from up north, they'll just tell you straight up, man, you suck. But somebody from the South, they'll be like, bless your heart, bless your heart, bless your heart. You really trying out there, ain't you?
Bless his heart.
And somehow that just cuts a little bit deeper. You want to talk about giving a backhanded compliment. They'll be like, oh, that's an interesting outfit that you got on today, huh? Translation, that outfit is butt. Look like you got dressed in the dark, but I'm going to say it nice. Now, if you move to the West Coast, and I'm talking about California, Nevada, Arizona, Vegas. This is obviously the Showtime Lakers. I'm talking about everything is flash, style, innovation, and they do it all making it look effortless. See, the West Coast is that team that's always trying some new plays that shouldn't work, but somehow they do. See, they run a small ball in the 80s while everybody else playing traditional. See, they shooting threes when everybody else is taking it inside. They really could be the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors. See, these are the people that said, what if we make a computer company in a garage? What if we turn comic book nerds into the biggest franchise in movie history? And what if we put avocado on everything? See, the whole West Coast approach to life is like they're running a fast break offense. They are not methodical and taking your time and patient like the South, but they also not aggressive like the Northeast. See, they rely on that creativity. See, they see opportunities when you see problems. See, they Magic Johnson on the fast break hitting them with a hee hee, hee hee, hee hee. No, they throwing no-look passes to people that's not even there yet. And you know what's wild about the West Coast? They convinced everybody that their lifestyle is the best. Whole time they living in a studio apartment for $3,000 a month. And they acting like it's normal. That's like a marketing genius right there. See, the West Coast is pure optimism. They always talking about some Manifesting. Good vibes only. Oh, you living your best life. See, they that teammate that's always gonna be positive, even though we getting blown out by 30 points. Yeah, sometimes it's annoying, but sometimes you need it. You fool around, you get fired. You talk to somebody from the West Coast, they're gonna be like, dude, chill out, dude. Everything happens for a reason, bro. See, it was a sign from the universe that you need to start that business, bro. It's like, shut up. But yeah, you're probably right. See, the West, they made work not feel like work. Oh, y'all do casual Friday over there in the West Coast? Casual every day. They be having business meetings on the beach and somehow they still be closing deals, making all kinds of money out there. See, the West Coast, they invented work-life balance. And it's crazy because they really do be working 80 hours a week, but because they love what they do, they call it pursuing your passion. Now, the downside of the West Coast is they can focus too much on how things look and not enough on how things actually work. They be in Delulu land. They be out here shooting one-legged step-back threes instead of working on their free throws.
LaMelo has Batase on him. What was that? Are you kidding me?
They'll do some flashy, extra, behind-the-back, no-look pass instead of just making a simple layup. See, on one hand, they'll spend $15 on a juice cleanse. And on the other hand, they'll freaking lecture you about financial responsibility. These boys will be driving a Tesla and living in their mama's basement at the same time. And somehow they make it look aspirational. Now let's get to the Midwest. I'm talking about Ohio. I'm talking about Indiana. I'm talking about Nebraska. And if you're from New York, you just call it Chicagoland. See, the Midwest, they mastered team basketball. They never forgot what works. See, the Midwest, they the team that don't have a lot of talent, but they play together perfectly. Or maybe they got one star. They got one star, that's the city of Chicago, a great world-class city. And everybody else is out here just playing defense and getting rebounds, setting screens, boxing out. No flash, no drama. They really the Pistons in 2004. They just got a go-to-work mentality, a go-to-work way of life. See, a Midwesterner's approach to life is like running a solid pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? Nothing fancy. Works every time. They're going to show up early. They're going to stay late. They're going to do their job without complaining. Because they're not trying to be a star. They're trying to make you a star. See, if you've ever heard of Midwest nice, it's basically the mentality of a perfect screen setter. They'll do all the dirty work just to help you score. They'll hold the door for you. They'll bring you some soup if you're sick. They'll shovel the snow out your driveway without you even asking. The consummate team player. And they not looking for the highlight play. They in the post, you know what I'm saying? Looking for that high percentage shot. They clock in at 9, clock out at 5, go for 8 straight hours of work. No Instagram breaks. No brand building, just work, grit and grind. I'm talking Memphis Grizzlies with Tony Allen, Zach Randolph, and Marc Gasol, grit and grind era. That's the Midwest. And what I respect above everything else is their loyalty. These are the type of dudes that have the same team their entire life, no matter how trash they are. Like fans of the same team your whole life. They was Cleveland Cavaliers fans before LeBron got there, while LeBron was there, and after LeBron left. Like, who was doing that? Somebody from the Midwest. See, the Midwest, they got that sneaky trash talk. It's very unique. See, they'll just quietly outwork you and then act like they surprised when they win. We won the game? I didn't even notice. And there are no nonsense. Straight common sense. They not running no experimental plays. They only running plays that work. They not trying to reinvent the wheel. They trying to make the best wheel possible. I'm talking about they gonna work at that factory. They gonna work at that coal mine. They gonna go to that job faithfully for decades on end because it works. See, they the type that'll spend 30 minutes explaining to you why they bought something that was on sale. Not because they cheap, because they proud of themselves for making a smart decision. They're the teammate that's going to study film for hours and then act like they got lucky when they do something that works on the court. And what's bad about that is that sometimes they can be too modest. They'll fool around, hit the game-winning shot, and then say, oh, I just got lucky. See, them boys in the Midwest, they need to learn how to celebrate them wins because they like that, which is a similar issue to them boys in the Northwest, but it's a little bit different. See, when you go to the Northwest, I'm talking about Oregon, I'm talking about Portland, I'm talking about Boise, Idaho. See, that's the region where people don't expect them to be good, but somehow they still end up in the championship game. And they do it with like creativity and stubbornness. See, the Northwest, that's Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler now. They had no business being competitive, but they the AFC, somehow they in the championship game. Talking about some playoff Jimmy. They got Eric Spoelstra running the damn 2-3 zone in the NBA. And teams don't know what to do.
5 on the shot clock. Hey, leads him in field goal attempts too. He's just been so passive. Carter.
They may not be the most talented. They may not be the most flashy, but they're innovative. And they refuse to give up. See, they gotta think outside the box. See, the region, the Northwest, they said, what if we make coffee a culture? What if we legalize weed before it's cool? What if we build a tech company that changes the world, but act like we just messing around? See, the Northwest, that's the teammate that's gonna show up in some weird clothes, play an unconventional style of basketball, and somehow still get the bucket. Like, they not even following a playbook for real. They just kind of making their own plays up off the fly. They really Nikola Jokic out here for real. Because their mentality is straight authentic. They not trying to impress nobody. Them boys do not care about stats. They just trying to play good basketball. And it's funny because it's like they aggressively humble. Like they invented $1 billion company, but they want you to think that it's no big deal. Oh yeah, I just made this little app and I sold it for $1 billion. Yeah, it was nothing. See, the Northwest is where being an introvert became cool. They comfortable being alone, comfortable in silence, comfortable with rain. Oh my goodness, because it's going to rain. It's going to rain 9 months out of the year straight. But hey, summertime in the Northwest, can't beat it. See, that's the region that's all environmentally conscious. See, they're that teammate that does not need to be the center of attention. They just make everybody better. See, they really the teammate that's going to bring everybody some water and make sure the gym is clean after we done. They think about the bigger picture while everybody else is worried about them individual stats. Now, sometimes they can be a little bit too cool for school, Jokic.
And now you are an NBA champion, Nikola. How does that feel?
It's good. It's good. The job is done. We can go home now.
Congratulations.
Like Jokic, you done won how many MVPs? You the finals MVP. You done won the championship, and you just acting like you just want to go back to your horses out there in Slovenia or wherever you from. You just act like you want to go to your horse ranch and just like chill out. Like you like, oh yeah, the NBA, yeah, that's my day job.
You're the first person in NBA history to have a 30, 20, 10 NBA Finals game. What does that mean to you?
I mean, to be honest, not much.
I figured you were going to say that.
Nah, but for real, that's Jokic to a T, though. Like, do you even like playing basketball? But hey, that's America. Each region is just a different team playing in the same league. You got the Northeast with their pressure defense. You got the South with their fundamentals. You got the West Coast with their innovation. You got the Midwest with their teamwork. And you got the Northwest with their underdog creativity. And this is why America is so beautiful. Because each region got their strengths, got their weaknesses, but each one is valuable in their own way. But the key is understanding that there's different styles of play and appreciating what each one brings to the table. Whether you're from the Northeast and you need to learn just a little bit of Southern patience, or you're from the Midwest and you need to learn some of that West Coast innovation, or you're from the Northwest and you need to learn some of that Northeast urgency, we can all learn from each other. So, did I get it right? And if not, put it in the comments. What did I miss? Either way, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And remember, it's okay to play your own game. But you can also learn from how other people play theirs. Because like I said, ball don't lie, and neither do I. Hey!